Hey there, welcome back. Today we are framing the walls for 8 by 12 shed.
And before we start anything, I like to lay out the top and bottom plates around the whole shed. And then mark any of the main features you may have, like doors and windows.
So this is our first cut. And if you remember, the width of our shed is 95 inches. 95 inches minus 3.5. 1, 2, 3.5 for the first wall. And then 3.5 for this other side wall. So 1, 2, 3.5. So we're 88. So this wall is going to be 88 inches long.
And once you have the top and bottom plate done for the front wall, it's time to move to the second wall. For the next wall, which is 12 feet long, you can either measure the 2x4 and make your marks, or using a square, line it up with the end of the shed floor and mark it. You then just cut the top and bottom plate and move on to the next wall. The next wall is just like the first one we cut. It's 88 inches long. Again, we cut the top and bottom plate and then laid them in place. For the final wall, we do the same as before. We cut it at 12 feet long, both of the 2x4s.
Now if you notice, I use a square to cut these trays and a skill saw. This shed can be built pretty much with a set of skill saw, sawzall, you need a impact gun, a drill. You don't necessarily need a nail gun, but I recommend if you have one, it goes much easier and faster. But, but just a set of basic power tools will get you going on this job.
Now that we have cut all the top and bottom plates, you can set them aside and bring in the 92-inch long 2x4s you bought from the store. Most of the building is gonna happen right here on the shed floor. This floor makes it a very good platform as you start building up these walls.
And now we're ready to start framing the first wall, which is the wall opposite from me. That wall is the easiest of all. There's no windows, no doors.
For a basic wall, it's easy because all the studs will be 16 inches apart. So just mark the top and bottom plate.
Now it's time to nail these boards together, building our walls. If you have a framing gun, it's much faster. Obviously, it's pretty expensive to get one of these, specifically for a project like this. But if you have access to a framing gun, again, much easier and faster. If you don't have a framing gun, you can use screws, 2.5-inch screws.
I like to start with 3 nails on the 2x4s on the ends, and then I move in and I add 2 nails to each 2x4 in betweens.
Now let's go over to the other side, but this time I'm going to use screws just so we have an experience framing these walls with screws. It's not too difficult putting this together with screws. However, they do come with a price. They're a little pricier than nails. So if you do have a nail gun, you save some money. If not, screws will do just the job. Alright, so now we're going to create some jigs that's going to help us lift that wall and hold it in place by ourselves. If you do have a friend or somebody that can help you, you may want to skip this, but this is very handy even if you have a friend.
You need to cut 2 blocks that are about 16 inches long. Then you screw them to the floor frame, which is gonna help keeping the wall in place after you lift it. After that, take a piece that's about 3 to 4 feet long, cut a 45-degree on the end, and screw that right in the middle of the wall. Now lift it up the whole wall and watch as the 2x4 support moves along the floor. Then you just need to adjust the wall a little bit. You may need a hammer at this point to move the wall from side to side until it's in the right spot. Before you put any nails or screws on the 2x4 support, check to see if it's level. And then to secure the wall in place, I add 2 nails to each bay. I like to center the nails on top of the ledger board as best as I can. And once you have the wall in place, you're free to remove the 2x4 blocks you just added. The second wall is another easy wall to build. Go ahead and mark your 16 inches to center on the top and bottom plate. Then you lay out and space your 92-inch long wall studs. And then you just nail them, both the bottom and the top plate. Just like before, put your supporting blocks in first. For a wall this small, it's pretty light, so you may not need the center 2x4. It's up to you. And then to support the wall in place, 2 nails on each bay. To connect the 2 walls, you line them up, and using a clamp, you hold them in place. Then just nail every 16 inches or so going up the wall to keep them joined together.
And now we have completed 2 of the 4 walls. These were pretty basic, pretty straightforward, nothing to add to it. Our third wall, however, is going to get a little more challenging. It's going to have a window, and together we're going to lay this out and build the wall.
Mark your 16 inches on center on both the bottom and top plate. Then just lay out your wall studs so we can start measuring these.
When framing for a window, you do the customary 16 on center for every stud, right? All of these. And then you locate your window. Our window is going to be 2 feet away from the end of the wall. So at 2 feet, we'll start our window. And the window itself is 2 feet wide. Right after the window ends, the first stud is the jack. So we'll measure 1.5 inches for the jack stud. And then after that, we have the king stud, which is the stud that goes all the way through. The jack stud is meant to hold the header and support the window. And you do the same on the left side. And don't worry if you didn't get all those measurements just right. We're gonna have plans and material list in the description below, so make sure you check that out. They'll help you when it's your time to build your shed.
So you can start nailing all your wall studs in place, and then we'll work on the window next. Now that we have nailed down all the wall studs, it's time to build our window header. To build the header, we need to cut 2 pieces of 2x6, each of them 27 inches long. And normally, you want to add ½ inch of plywood between the 2x6 to count as fillers. I didn't have any over here, but I did use it when I framed the doorway, and I'll show you how to do that later on. You add 2 nails to the end of the header on each side, and in between you add a single nail, one at the top and one at the bottom, going down the header. Time to put in the cripple studs. These are 6¼ inches long, and for this window I need 2 of them. After cutting 2 pieces, I nailed them to the top plate. I had to use the hammer to hammer them back in because they're a little loose. You put the header back between the studs and just use copper toenails to secure it to the cripple studs. And for the jack studs, we measured them to be 81½ inches long. So we went ahead and cut 2 of them and nailed them to the king studs, both on the left and right sides, going all the way down and hitting the bottom plate while we add it. We cut the sill plates the same length as the header, and to support the sill plates, we'll need to cut 2 cripple studs. We lay these boards out and we nail the cripple studs to the bottom plate first, the sill plates, and then to the jack stud. Now let's lift our third wall. Remember to put the support blocks on the floor frame ends before you do this. And it's a good idea to plan ahead, move the tools out of the way just to make it easy. Then you push the wall against the stop blocks. Make sure that the wall is level before you put in a nail through the supporting stud. Then you go around the back and you add couple nails on every bay as we've been doing so far. And it's time to join the two walls together. Grab yourself a clamp, clamp it as high as you can, and as we did before, add a nail every 16 inches going up the wall. After going back and looking at this, I noticed that I missed a couple nails on the header. So make sure you nail the header to the king stud when you're assembling on the ground. It's time to build our last wall. In this wall, we're gonna have a door. So we start by laying out where all the studs and cripple studs are gonna go. And similar to what we did with the windows, we locate where the door is gonna go, and to the right and left we find the jack stud and the king stud. Then we lay the lumber out for the outside studs and the king stud. And also at this point you can start nailing them together to the top and bottom plate. Then it's time to measure and cut the jack studs. With the help of a clamp, you can nail them to the king studs and the bottom plate. It's time to build our headers, and we do that by cutting the 2x6s. And this time we're gonna add 1/2 inch plywood between the 2x6 as a filler. You assemble everything together and you add 2 nails to the end of the header on each side, and then across the header, one on the top and one on the bottom going down. I added 5 cripple studs above the header, which were 6¼ inches long. I nailed them through the top plate and against the header. I installed the stoppers on each side of the floor frame. It's time to lift the wall, and we've done this before, so we know we need to push it against the stops and add couple nails on each bay. Using a clamp, we hold all the walls together, and then we nail every 16 inches going up the wall. Time to add the double top plate. This is nothing more than another set of 2x4s that goes on top of the top plate. You just place them in on top and you nail every 16 inches or so.
And next is installing the T111 siding on our shed. And remember, for the complete material list and plans for this very shed, check the description below. And if you're ready to check out how to install T111 siding on the shed, check out this next video. And better yet, if you want to see the complete build, check out this video. I hope this was informative to you, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.